Mobile connectivity and the internet is hugely important to young people and children today. Every day we're connecting more people around the world, and the opportunities that are open to them are fundamental, and they enable them to access their fundamental rights.
It is important that business and governments actually have the right policies for children to exercise their rights in the digital world. And the right balance is something that can only be done by companies and by governments.
We need to change our thinking about kids' digital lives by shifting from a perspective where children are passive consumers of education, content, entertainment, to one where they're agentive and drivers of change online.
I never really saw a reflection of myself in the media around me, and I didn't have a space to have the conversations that I felt were really conducive to my experiences as a child. In the spaces that I couldn't find in real life, I decided to create on the internet, where I was able to find other like-minded individuals.
So in some places you are only concerned about people getting connected, and that's like the first stage.
I want to see kids being able to nimbly go across the internet and utilize it so they can transcend their circumstances. Not everyone has the internet, but it could level the playing field.
One of the major projects that's run by the Group Foundation is the Instant Network Schools, which is a school in the box that's been deployed in refugee camps throughout the continent of Africa and some places in Europe at the refugee camps. We believe education is safety, and we feel that by providing education, we lessen the chance of girls facing violence. 131 million girls do not have access to schools, mainly because economic or environmental or social factors, and with each program the girls have been encouraged to pursue their professional and personal goals.
Supercoder is a program that is addressing young children, boys and girls from 9 to 13 years old. We're now in 20 countries, and we invite them to engage in social issue that matters to them, like the climate change, so that they can code and do games to raise their voice about these subjects.
We're obviously a technology company, so we're trying to create technology with safety in mind from the get-go. We're also creating policies and procedures internally that govern our operations and our business practices. We also launched what we call our Digital Civility Challenge, and it was just 4 points. Treat each other as you would like to be treated, respect differences, pause before replying, and then if it's safe to do so, stand up for yourself and others online.
One big word that I learned from the council was being an upstander, which means taking an active role and standing up for those who are being abused.
We came to realize quickly enough, thankfully, that we really needed to start talking to adults. We really developed a program that was designed towards helping adults, helping these parents and caretakers really understand how to raise children in a digital world. And that has really given us great results. They kind of open up and see technology as an opportunity for them to actually improve the way that they're doing their job and engage in conversation with their kids and really start to look at what the best way to use the technology is.
But there's so many opportunities to exercise all the rights that are in the Convention of the Rights of the Child, that if we can empower that boy or that girl, it's going to completely change his or her life.
I am very hopeful about the fact that our generation is the one with the most access to technology than any other generation in history. So really we have all the tools that we need at our fingertips.
What we do is visible to the world. We open effectively the door of the internet to many children, and they were very proud of being heard, and they were very proud of being visible.
On the internet, it doesn't really matter that much how old you are if you have a desire to foment social change.
And to me, that's really exactly why we're here. Our whole identity is that if we cultivate a strong enough presence for our voices in society, then maybe it will also make it impossible for policies to be made on our behalf that actually end up becoming detrimental to us in the long run. And if that's the case, then there's no telling how many lives can be changed by just really being able to tell our own stories in our own voices.